Okay, I'm going to tell you a story.
The last 4 carats.
No.
Back in
Look at
1969.
4 carats she leaves.
I was in 69. I was leaving. We were flying down.
Is that toothpicks beside the sink?
Cambron Bay
Can
to
I,
pick up a new.
Vanessa, can you walk over and get me a toothpick, please? Right in front of the door.
Way back, we had the
See that little
RON
tiny shaker, like a salt shaker?
It was a little town.
Thank you.
RON. Remain overnight. Army has all these words, little things. Everything is.
You see my head?
So we got off and we were like in this little. I don't know where the hell we were at, but
Tom, give me your plate.
I met this guy that was in basic AIT with, which is advanced individual training.
Is this Maddie's meat?
He was a sergeant. I said, why don't you come downtown?
That's in this bowl.
Okay.
I'll set you guys up with some whores and all. So we went down there. We had to be out of there by the next morning. It was like 7 a.m. We had to be down in the flight line to get the hell out. So we went down there. He was married to some Vietnamese girl, actually. And we were like in the middle of the triangle. I don't know where the hell we were at. They took us back all these little roads. It's like the streets are like narrow as hell. Dark. And they got like, everybody drives what they call either motorcycles, mopeds, or these three-wheel, I don't know what they call them. We go back, and we were like in this guy's place. It was weird. Back then, they never had really no restrooms or nothing there. Like you went into this like concrete floor. So he hooks me up with this girl, right? So I go back a couple more alleys to this girl's house.
I really don't want to hear this.
And I don't know. I was like, you know. So I wake up the next morning, and I said, man, I don't know. It was like still dark out. And I looked at my watch. I said, well, it's like 6:30. I said, I got to be back at the flight line at 7 o'clock. And I don't know where the hell I was at or anything. So I walk out in front of this little hooch wherever the hell I was at, and I was like, they called these guys cowboys. It was like these like Vietnamese guys. They had like M16s guns. I had no weapon or nothing on me.
Is this a true story?
Yeah. And they like were looking at me, you know, usually they rob you or try to take your money or whatever they got. Whatever you got. And I just went, so I seen them, I went back in, I told the girl, I said, look, I said, actually, when I seen all these girls, the only ones that talked English was this one girl. So I got to have a girl that talks English because I ain't one with a girl that don't talk no English. So I said, look, I said, either you get me out of here alive or I'll fucking kill you right here.
Are you serious?
I was serious because I don't know, you know, where the hell I was at.
Jesus Christ.
And you said this to the check?
Yeah. So she called somebody. I don't know if she called, but she got me some guy. They come lumbreras, that's what they call these little three-wheeler things. And he like kept pulling up real, you know, it took me about an hour before this thing came out, and they pulled up in front of us, and they like pulled right out in front. These guys were still out there on these little mopeds and shit, they call them. They had M60s. So I ran out and jumped in this lumbrera, like we're running down these streets and all, they're like following us, you know, like they were like started shooting at us and everything.
Jeez.
That was like the scariest time I ever had. We were like,
jeez,
running down through all these streets and all, and we finally lost them.
Why were they shooting at you? Because you were at their women?
They wanted to take my money, I guess.
What money? You spent it on their women.
Well, they didn't like that.
Were these North Vietcong?
You could have been killed.
No, they were like South Vietnamese guys, but they didn't care. They just wanted, you know, they were like militia, whatever you want to call them.
My fingers still stink.
But I finally got back out to the air base. And when I got out there,
And you were late.
everybody was gone. All the helicopters were gone.
They left you.
How'd you get back?
I had to take a C-130. I had to go back to this other part of the air base where the Air Force was, and they flew me back up to Ansan where I was.
That's what you get for going with hookers.
Yep.
I know. I learned my lesson.
Especially